today's episode of Bet Bath and Beyond. We're going to talk about football again.
Can you see what I'm doing, Andrew? Can you see what I'm doing?
Oh, now I can. That's actually perfect because I couldn't. I really couldn't. The video quality was not good enough, and then it came through, and you were just flipping
video quality. That makes it seem like it's on my end.
It is. It's
Andrew.
definitely.
I moved to a different spot in my apartment just for the Wi-Fi service. I'm pretty sure, Andrew. I'm pretty sure it's on your end because you didn't move.
I've got fiber optic gigabit hardwired internet.
Cedar Falls does have god tier internet.
It is
I'm pretty sure you doxed yourself earlier.
No, I think we said I lived in Iowa.
I'm pretty sure you said Cedar Falls, dude. We've definitely.
Oh no, I might have. We're making it worse. We're making it worse.
In Des Moines, god tier internet in Des Moines, Iowa.
Actually, they do have good internet. We're getting off track. We're talking football. We're talking the last Thursday night game because obviously that's the most fun.
Andrew, wait. We need to do the intro, right? Oh,
not yet.
Well,
roll it.
3, 2, 1. I am Ian Peacock.
And I am Andy Heidemann. And I hate sports betting. No matter what you say, I'm betting 100 on it tonight.
I was going to say before the intro happened, I actually want to talk baseball.
Oh, no, I have that off the schedule.
Now,
Seriously, off the schedule.
You don't want to talk about baseball because the Dodgers are not in the World Series.
That's true. I actually can't believe they lost.
I can, but I am actually...
Wait. Before we go too deep, what is this?
What is what?
What are we doing?
What do you mean we're talking baseball?
You got to do the thing.
Oh, shit. It's... I fucking hate video. Welcome to Bet Bath and Beyond.
Brought to you by B3T Sports.
.com. Go to b3tsports.com.
Baby.
For all the latest sports news, sports betting news, and everything like that. Okay, now we're back to baseball. I'm at...
Wait.
What?
Wait. They can check us out on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you listen to podcasts. We're also on YouTube. And if you want a shot at a free NFL jersey from B3T Sports, check out b3tsports.com/contest.
We're also on xnxx.com and
I don't think that's true unless you're uploading there, which would be
and RedTube.
And there's our sponsor.
Sponsored by Minute Maid and Spindrift. They're going to get mad at me because I'm blocking the logo. And Spindrift sparkling water. It's with real squeezed fruit, so you know the good taste of Spindrift.
Real squeezed fruit?
Okay. Fucking
real artificial
damn
flavors.
It. There's no artificial. Andrew, you're going to get us. You're going to make us lose our sponsorship. Spindrift is made with no artificial flavors.
Baseball.
Okay, Andrew. I'm going to watch every single World Series game this week and potentially next week.
So this week.
Well, in the whole series. I'm just going to say I'm going to watch every single World Series. I feel like as a sports fan. Now, people may realize that I didn't watch any of the postseason up until this point because my beloved Cubs weren't in it. Exactly. And nor were the Orioles, but that we have a lot of more issues in Baltimore than the Orioles ever making the playoffs again.
That's true.
Now,
do you think Lamar would give them playoff hopes?
You think Lamar would give them playoff hopes? You're talking about the O's.
Yeah. Do you think if he's like, I'm going to play one season of baseball, do you think that he could help them out? You don't think he could help them out?
How could he help them out?
Do you think? Well, he's a professional athlete.
No, it doesn't work like that unless
do you think a year of training he could be like a mediocre MLB player?
I think he could probably be a really good pitcher.
I mean, yeah,
that's what I feel like. Russell Wilson, Kyler Murray. Well, I don't know if Kyler Murray was a pitcher, but a lot.
I think Kyler played outfield.
Yeah, Kyler's a little demon scurrying around the outfield. I'm sure he'd be fine in any position out there. But specifically, I'm pretty sure Russell Wilson was a pitcher. I'm pretty sure pitching and football, I feel like if anyone's going to be doing dual sports, you're going to be a pitcher in the MLB. and you're going to be a quarterback in the NFL.
I'm it's becoming more common as we move forward that these guys are like, because everyone's body they're just insane.
It's so hot. Yeah. Everyone's bodies are so hot. Oh, yeah. Dude.
Well, so like Kyler could play baseball right now if he wanted, right? I mean, do you think that we might see a transition where people play a couple of years in the NFL, like say 6 years in the NFL, they get their money, and then they're like, I would like to go play baseball, and then they go try out for baseball. And if it doesn't work, they can go back to the NFL.
People already try this. Usually it's fringe guys on the NFL or older, like, I remember Ocho Cinco trying out for the MLS, right? Because he's super fucking fast. Right. We put him up top as a striker. And, I think that when you have an athlete that could probably be a dual athlete at the very beginning of their career, once you kind of start going in that path, it's really hard to transition.
I mean, you do start to specialize a lot. Like there are things that you do in certain sports to be so good at it that is probably just not great for other sports. I mean, just in general.
I think that's interesting. I don't unless you're like. People always say, obviously, LeBron could be a tight end now in the NFL. I know he could have been.
I don't know about now.
I know
he definitely
could have been growing up. If he wanted to be in the NFL, I'm sure he could have been. I don't think now playing basketball for over a decade, you can now go back to the NFL. It's too late.
Not at all. And honestly, I mean, if I ever have kids and they're like good enough athletes, they're like, I could be in the NBA or the NFL, and I'll be like, I love you. You're playing basketball until you die, because like your career's usually longer.
CTE.
You get paid.
CTE.
Yeah, well, you get paid more in basketball. Now your game to payment ratio kind of blows. Like that's why, like, yeah, they get paid a shit ton in baseball. Like if you're a top guy, but
you're playing 150.
You're playing
games.
So many games a year. Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's not value. You got to put. You're thinking about 17 games a year, and you're getting paid $500 million, Patrick Mahomes.
To answer your that's another thing. Patrick Mahomes was, I'm pretty sure, a baseball guy, right? Didn't he pitch?
He was.
There you go. Yep. Okay, but to go back to your original question,
there you go.
No chance could Lamar take the Orioles to the postseason.
No, I don't think so.
Back to baseball. I watched game 1 last night. We're recording this on a Wednesday. I watched it on a Tuesday.
Oh, way to break the illusion.
Yeah, shit. Fuck. Maybe we should we start recording on Wednesdays? Does that make sense?
Should we start over?
Should we change our name? Should we change our name?
No. Why would we start recording on Wednesday?
Well, because
for the Thursday night
game.
I guess we'd have to also start putting out the podcast. I'm just saying we'd have to put the podcast out on Thursday morning then too. Let's just record twice a week again. Let's go back to that.
About that. That's a lot. And you've got your other podcast, Fantasy Fight Night, which people should check out. It's with you and Adam, who he's a B3T sports guy. He better be. Yeah, he has to be.
He is now.
He has to be, Andrew. Or he's,
I mean, illegally he has to. Well, he can't win the jersey. He can't win the jersey. So yeah,
there you go.
That legally means that he's a B3T sports.
We keep getting fucking off track.
That actually just recently got. Well, that just got sponsored by Dynasty Pros.
Oh, cool. Did we get sponsored by Dynasty Pros? They don't fucking bring them up.
But they do like us over. They do like us over there in fantasy. No, come on.
Fuck Dynasty Pros.
Your video keeps cutting, and it is distracting. What are you trying to say about baseball? You're going to watch the postseason finally?
I am watching the postseason. I watched game 1. The Braves looked unstoppable. They had a home run right off the first pitch, didn't they? First at bat. Yeah, the leadoff hitter hit a bomb. It wasn't the first pitch, but it was the first batter. He hit a bomb, and then they scored 3 or 4 runs super quick, in the first inning. And Houston just never had a shot. Houston never had a shot to catch up, and they never caught up. And the Braves just look really good. And that's good because fuck Houston and their cheating asses, because you still have Altuve, you still have Correa. They're still fucking around in the infield, and I fucking hate them. I fucking hate looking at the Houston Astros. Wasn't there a hurricane that wiped out Houston?
I don't know about a hurricane. There were severe winds.
I don't want that to happen again. But if there was a way to control a hurricane so that it went through and only damaged the property of players of the Houston Astros,
Mm-hmm.
I would push that button. I'd push that button.
Oh, what's that one meme where the dude has two buttons to press
he's
and
sweating.
Sweating, he's
like, destroy the homes of the Houston Astros, or destroy
Astros win a World Series.
Or destroy Joel Osteen's mega church in Houston.
Oh, but that's a tough fucking decision though. I like it. The other podcast, the fantasy fight night podcast, it's kind of a cleaner podcast. Like, we don't swear or anything. We want it to be inclusive for all ages.
That's fucking stupid
but
as
it's
shit.
nice to be able to just say whatever the fuck I want.
That's so fucking. I didn't know that. I actually didn't know that.
Yeah, young people play fantasy, dude.
Fuck them. Fuck those guys. Are we serious? You and Adam don't cuss on fantasy fight night.
Well, I did say fuck the other day, and I didn't bleep it, but I did go.
Wait, you guys, but you bleep cuss words.
No, well, we just don't swear, so I don't have to. I mean, I did swear, and I didn't bleep it.
Man, I don't like that. No, sir, I can't believe I greenlit that. I don't.
You didn't, but I mean, you're not there. I mean, it's fucking. You could say that we can't do a single thing, and you know what? 5 o'clock hits, you're out the door. You're gone. There's no way you're coming to stop.
That's fair.
By the way, well, before we can get some random bullshit before we actually get into sports, I went and saw Dune.
No. I don't want to talk about Dune because I am currently reading the book and I have.
Oh, are you really?
I have IMAX.
How far are you?
I'm 1/3 through, but here's the thing. I have to double time because I have already bought tickets with a group of friends to go see it. See it next Tuesday in IMAX. Okay. So
yeah, you're gonna have to fucking.
So I have to now. I am traveling this weekend, so I'm going to be using 100% of the travel time to
100% of my brain power
to read the rest of Dune because I'm 1/3 through the book, so I got 2/3 left. I think I can do it, especially if all my free time this weekend. Fuck, I mean, we got to watch football, obviously, and the World Series.
The good news for you, it's a 2-part movie. Like, there's going to be a second.
Well, it's a series of books.
Oh, is it a series of books? I didn't know there was actually a second.
No, Dune is a series by Frank Herbert.
I did not know that. That's insane. Well, there you go. Well, so but there's going to be a second.
I don't
what?
Don't. Well, you're kind of spoiling the movie.
The movie starts and it says part 1. What are you talking about? It literally opens with part 1.
It should be called Dune Part 1.
I didn't know that either.
Dune Part 1.
Because while I was watching it, I was like, "There's no way." I'm like, there are like storylines. I'm like, "There's no way that this can end in the next." I looked at my watch. I'm like, I guess 10 minutes.
It's a long book.
All right, and it is a long book, and I've actually never read it. I have it on Audible.
Didn't read it.
No, I have it on Audible though, and an old friend of mine, it's one of his favorite books. So I've always wanted to read it, but I don't really read fiction. Everything I read
Ready Player
is
One?
nonfiction. I've never read Ready Player One. I've only seen the movie.
I thought you listened to the audio book.
No.
Huh. All right.
Sir. Everything I listen to is basically
it's real life.
I've read a lot of Stephen King when I was younger, but yeah, it's all like nonfiction.
What's the book you're reading now?
What am I reading right now? I actually just finished reading listening to a Jon Stewart book, which I'm sure you'll love.
Why would I love that? Why would I love that?
It's just funny because I didn't think you were a Jon Stewart guy.
Verbal mean, pushing the buttons. Read a Jon Stewart book or read a Trevor Noah book.
A Trevor Noah book. He actually has a biography that I haven't read.
I don't like that. 2 first names. Trevor Noah, Noah Trevor. I don't like that. It messes with my brain. But I hate both of those people. They're both. That's not true. I don't hate.
You don't know either of those people.
I don't know either of those people personally, so that's not a fair assessment on my part. I do hate Trevor Noah. I can say that. I hate his comedy. I don't think he's funny. I do like Jon Stewart. I actually do like Jon Stewart.
I think Jon Stewart's funny as hell.
I think he's
Trevor Noah's
he's a very important figure in the history of comedy. I don't like Trevor Noah, and I hope he's not. I think he'll be a footnote.
The next thing that I'm looking to read, I haven't really decided yet, but I was trying to decide if I was going to read something I'd already listened to or something new. Like Steve-O from Jackass has a biography that's really, It's called Professional Idiot. It is so funny. Like there's a point in there where they're talking like Steve-O is going to do a stunt that's fucking insane for
you got to bleep that out
because he's
a nut job. You said
you said
fucking. No. You said fucking.
Fuck you. And then like Johnny Knoxville stops him from doing the stunt. And in the book, like Steve-O says, I've seen Johnny Knoxville serious a total of one time in my entire life. And it was when he was telling me not to jump out of this 4-story building on a unicycle.
Yeah.
Cool.
And that's when he like decided to get sober, right?
Yeah, that's the moment they took him to rehab and he got sober. And he looks great.
He does. Yeah.
Right now. Like if you ever, it looks insane. All right. That's bullshit. You want to talk about Week 7? Recap NFL?
Yeah. Do we ever tie a bow on baseball? Just the Braves look really good.
Did you want to talk more about? Yeah, the Braves look good.
The Braves look really good, and I would suggest, Andrew, as a fellow baseball fan, new to this year.
Well, as a Dodgers fan, I want the Braves to win it all.
I think as a baseball fan, anyone not from Houston should be rooting for the Braves because the Houston Astros are a bunch of cheating fucks.
You know I'm a soccer guy now, right?
No, I didn't know you were a soccer guy. Why the fuck would I know that? And who is your team?
I don't know when. Crystal Palace.
God damn it. You're watching Crystal Palace games now,
huh? I don't know when the season starts or when it stops or like when the breaks are. I'm going to figure it out.
I want to talk football now.
Week.
I don't want to. I can't.
Well, we are talking football.
That was good. Fuck you.
Okay, so Thursday night game, Denver and Cleveland.
I forgot about this game.
Ugly fucking game.
Andrew. What?
That's your favorite. We're going to talk about Thursday. It was an ugly game. The Broncos looked terrible. The Browns looked like they were missing players, but at least the Browns, like their game plan looked like it normally does, like where it's run first. Their coaching looked good.
I remember.
Dearness Johnson looked great.
Remember I picked the Broncos to cover the spread, and boy, was I fucking wrong because they looked
you texted
awful.
me.
I texted you because we had just wrapped up last week's episode, and I picked the Broncos, and I went to the gym, and I started watching it while I was at the gym, and I wanted to throw up because it was such.
Did you though?
No, of course not. Built
That'd
different, dude. Built different. But
can you imagine throwing up and then having to go get one of those tiny towels to clean off your machine?
Shut the fuck up. Listen, the Broncos are bad, and the Broncos were playing with Teddy Bridgewater, and the Browns were playing with Case Keenum. I thought it was a no-brainer. Broncos. Case Keenum is out. Their running backs are out. Like, who the fuck is the Johnson? Wait, who's the running back?
Dearness Johnson.
Who the fuck is this guy?
And he's gonna be valuable this upcoming week for fantasy too, because Kareem Hunt's gonna be out, and Nick Chubb, he's not coming off of 2 weeks of not playing to getting 30 touches a game again. They're gonna split time, probably 60-40, but Dearness Johnson's gonna get looks this game.
He looked good. He looked good. The Broncos did not look good.
The Broncos are fucked.
Yeah, fuck the Broncos. But the Browns aren't good either. We'll talk about the AFC North because we're ultimately going to get to the game that broke my heart this past week.
That shouldn't even be a broken heart. Like that was like somebody took it out and stomped.
Shut up, Andrew. I'm just saying.
Oh, you trust me. We're talking about the next game, and Carolina played the Giants. That should have been a gimme.
Okay, so
right?
Look, we'll wrap it up for the Broncos-Browns game. Basically, the Browns are not good, but the Broncos are even worse than the Browns. And here's what I want from you, Andrew. Here's what I want from you.
Okay.
Do you think Baker is the guy in Cleveland? Because they're getting close.
Define the guy, like a franchise QB.
I will, because they are going to have to extend his contract. I believe in the next next year, right? Next year or two. What are you going to pay him?
No, it'll be. I mean, my guess is you're going to probably pay
$30 million.
20.
Franchise tag, but franchise tag is going to be like $30 million.
No. Yeah, but they're not going to franchise tag him. They're probably going to sign him to an extension, and it's probably going to be $25 million a year, which is, it's not the highest, but it's decent money. He does everything they ask him to do. He is a solid leader. I mean, everyone says that he dominates
great
the
in
locker
commercials.
room. Like he is. He's great in commercials. And honestly, that sounds kind of funny that you bring that up, but that could be a reason why he would take a lower contract anyway. I mean, he is going to get money from those commercials for a while. I mean, he's making money from
I'm sure.
those. So like I just think that he's in a great scheme with a great coach, with a great offensive line. And as long as they don't ask him to do too much, you will take that, because the only time that you'll take a mediocre quarterback or an okay quarterback or just somebody who isn't phenomenal is when that you can make it work, because then you can like build around him in a suitable way. So like, this is one of those rare situations where I think, yeah, maybe he would take a little bit less and they would be willing to extend him. I think they should, because if they don't, they're going to roll Case Keenum.
Now
they're going to trade for somebody, or they're going to have too good of a record to get a solid a solid quarterback.
Here's
in the
the thing, Andrew. One, I don't know if Baker would take it. Obviously, I don't know him personally, but he was a number 1 draft pick. He is getting the Browns to the postseason. He is the leader on that team. I don't know if he'll settle for $25 million, which is right middle of the road for a starting quarterback in the NFL.
Yeah.
Also, on the flip side, if I were the Browns, I think $25 million, I'd pay him $25 million. However, if he wants more, which I think he would, just based off of how he's kind of turned the franchise around. You know, he's part of that era that you're yourself. You're saying that the Browns are good. The Browns are back, baby. Let's go. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
You got options.
I like how we say the Browns.
Yeah,
I
didn't mean
back.
that.
The Browns were never there. No, I know.
I guess they were back in the old time days, right? They've won that. The Browns used to be good, like in the 30s.
Yeah,
the 40s. Before you know.
See. Them paying Patrick Mahomes a crazy amount is really interesting, because not a single quarterback is going to go, I deserve Patrick Mahomes money, because no one's going to be able to say that with a straight face, right?
What's that guy? Have you ever seen that meme where the guy has like this crazy hat and he's at a party and he's got a solo cup and he goes like, and he kind of looks at the camera. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know exactly what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, he spikes the camera. Yeah, exactly. Are you? Is that what you're?
I'm just saying. We'll talk about Mahomes in a sec, but
yeah,
is he a $500 million man right now? Because he's not.
Yeah, I mean he is, but we'll get to it. Okay, Carolina played the Giants.
Wait,
that was a shit show.
No. Hold on. Just you don't let me wrap bows into conversation, JJ.
What else do you need to say?
Let me wrap a bow with baseball, and now you're
all right. Go for it.
Or Dune. Or in wrapping a bow now.
Or Dune. You asked me what I was reading. Fuck you.
Okay, but Browns Broncos, just to wrap a bow in this, specifically with the Baker Mayfield situation, the Browns do have options if Baker won't settle for that mid-range contract.
Do they?
Russell Wilson, Aaron Rodgers. That's all I got to say.
Aaron Rodgers is interesting, but it'll be hard. It'll be really hard for Aaron Rodgers to play for the Browns and the Steelers at the same time. So I don't think that's like a thing that can happen.
Look, fuck you, dude.
You're laughing. I know you're laughing, but I seriously, like, Big Ben dies. Aaron Rodgers comes and plays a 2-year contract for the Steelers. They've got offensive weapons.
Don't you put that evil on me. Don't you put that evil on me. I do not want Aaron Rodgers in my fucking division. Are you kidding me right now? On my
I wouldn't either.
Team,
I fucking wouldn't either.
On my arch rival team. Are you serious right now?
Wait, I thought the Bengals were your arch rival.
Not my fucking arch rival team. Shut up.
All right, we're moving on.
What about Russell Wilson? He could go.
I think Russell probably will want out of Seattle. This is his last year. Like that, he can get out of Seattle. That's interesting. He'll want to go to a coach that will actually let him air. I think personally, the best thing, the one place that Russ could go that would be insane would be Minnesota. They get rid of Kirk. They have Justin Jefferson, Adam Thielen, and they've got a run game with Dalvin Cook. I think that could be very, very good.
I don't even know why I'm rooting. I'm not even rooting, but I don't know why I'm saying Aaron Rodgers, Russell Wilson. I don't want them in my division. So actually,
no, I wouldn't
Baker.
either.
Please, Browns, keep Baker. Or you know what? Let him go and stick with Case Keenum. Don't put those guys in my division. Don't put those 2 quarterbacks in my division.
All right. So Carolina lost to the Giants. Are we going to move
on now? Yeah. Thanks for asking.
Okay, thank you. Carolina lost to the Giants. They scored 3 points and they're a shit show. I no longer want to cheer for them. I would like the rest of the season to be awful so we get a good draft pick. That's what I would like.
So you're no longer going to root for the Panthers as a Carolina Panthers fan.
Yeah, because it's counterproductive to do so. I don't want them to win now. I want a good draft.
Giants are bad
because we need a Well, the Giants aren't. The Giants have a horrible offensive line. They have really bad coaching. So far this year, their athletes have looked really good. Like Daniel Jones, this is the best Daniel Jones has ever looked. They didn't win that game because of Daniel Jones, but he's not like fumbling every fourth snap, and he's not throwing a bunch of picks. And he had a sick ass catch. The thing that really sucks. Sam Darnold has a worse rating than he did when he played for the Jets.
No, Sam Darnold's not the guy. I mean, he had 3 good games. He had a very quick.
He had 3 great games.
He had 3 great games. Everyone thought he might be the guy. He's falling apart. He's seeing ghosts.
Verbal meme. The meme where Fred is taking the mask off of the guy, and it's labeled Panthers 3-0, and then when the mask finally comes off, it says Panthers 3-14.
Verbal meme. Distracted boyfriend. Distracted boyfriend meme. Distracted boyfriend is Sam Darnold, and his girlfriend is Wins, and he's looking back at ghosts.
Oh God, or Adam Gase. Can you imagine? He's like, I miss you so much.
Because he's seeing ghosts. That's the joke.
Dude, he's bad. He's so bad. I want him to be gone. Like Justin Fields looks bad. He looks bad too. Now that could be a Matt Nagy thing. I don't know, but the idea that we had a shot at a bunch of we could have grabbed Mac Jones, we could have grabbed Justin Fields. Like we had options, and we're like, we're gonna trade a 2nd or a 3rd round pick for Sam Darnold.
Andrew, the one thing I want to know about this game, and it has nothing to do with the Panthers, is will the Giants bring back Saquon anytime soon?
Oh, so this week really fucking sucks because they could say Saquon's a game time decision, and it's the Monday night game. So you're either putting him in your lineup, and you have to wait, and you're gonna have to like gamble it, and that's possible if you have if you're putting him in your flex. And you've got somebody like Kadarius Toney or Devin Booker.
So it'll be fine.
Yeah, so there you go. So what you should do then, is like if you're gonna play, if you're gonna play one of them, then just put them in your flex spot, and then when the game time comes around, you'll be able to swap whoever's actually playing.
Why would I put them in my flex spot?
You always put games later in your flex spot in case something tragic happens. Because if you put him in your running back spot and something bad happens, that means you are restricted to only being able to pick up running back from the waiver. If you put him in your flex, you can pick up wide receivers or tight ends to fill that spot, which just on a night where there's only 2 teams playing, the more options you have available, the better in an emergency.
Very good, Andrew. I knew that answer. That was for the listeners who aren't that familiar with fantasy football.
Yes, sir.
I did get one last thing about this game. I got fucked because Sterling Shepard was a game time decision, and I left him in because he played last week and he didn't start. So I got 0 on that.
Nope. That's unfortunate.
So, and I had Slayton too, which I could have easily replaced. But if it's going to be Sterling, I'm going to pick Sterling Shepard over Slayton.
Yeah, PPR monster.
Exactly. We move on.
Speaking of Sam Darnold and the Jets, they took on the New England Patriots, and they got stomped. The Patriots destroyed the Jets.
Yeah, especially with Sam Darnold. I didn't know Sam Darnold was on the Jets.
No, he's not now, but he was. We're talking about Sam Darnold. Speaking of Sam Darnold and the Jets, he saw a ghost when he played for the Jets. What do you want from me?
It was a terrible transition. It was a terrible transition.
Speaking of flight traveling, we're going to talk about the New York Jets.
I don't even want to talk about this game. Why do we have to talk about this game?
We don't. That's the best thing about it. Kansas City played Tennessee. That's a transition. And Kansas City didn't even really play Tennessee. They kind of just showed up.
Okay, I do want to talk about this game because one,
they fucked up Patrick Mahomes.
One, what the fuck is going on with the Kansas City Chiefs? I don't hate it because fuck the Chiefs. They've been the giant in the AFC for the past 3 years, but I don't understand what's happening with them.
Their defense is bad. Like if you had their normal offense and had just an okay defense, They've had that, and that's fine. Their defense is historically bad.
But they scored 3 points.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not. This one just I feel
and
like
the
got
Titans
away from them.
Don't have
here's
a
the
good
other
defense.
No, they have a terrible defense. Right.
So you have Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce,
fantasy-wise,
and Tyreek Hill putting up 3 points against the Titans defense. What was I going to say? I saw something really funny. Derrick Henry had more passing touchdowns than Patrick Mahomes. That's funny.
They did hold Derrick Henry to no rushing touchdowns. I mean, that is a good a
give
huge
it up
feat
to
for
give it up for the Chiefs. Give it up for the Chiefs.
But I mean, it really, they totally sold out to do it. They weren't able to stop AJ Brown at all, who had finally he woke up because he's been playing like shit all year. I'm not worried about the Chiefs. I'm not worried until they're mathematically eliminated. They're that kind of team. They're
the old school Patriots where they're going to make the playoffs until they don't.
Yeah, exactly.
Which they're not going to this year.
And they've got a bye week coming. I mean, it's actually crazy. Like the Chargers are pretty good, and you think about the Chiefs, but the Raiders lead that division.
The Raiders do.
Derek Carr has the most 300 plus passing yard games this season. He's playing lights out.
Yeah, I mean the Raiders look good. We'll get to the Bengals. The Bengals are leading the AFC right now. It's just a topsy turvy land. I'm in a nightmare. Except for the Chiefs. I like the Chiefs being bad.
Yeah, but I'm not worried about the Chiefs. The Titans are also I don't think that they might make a run, but I don't know if they're contenders necessarily. Not for a Super Bowl. Washington played Green Bay. Green Bay won it. I mean, I wasn't really expecting them to lose that game. Is there anything you want to talk about there?
No, not particularly, although we should talk about the Packers and their COVID situation.
Oh, well, we'll get to that. We're going to preview the
we're going to get to that game. We're going to get to that?
Oh, we're going to get to that.
Because we don't usually preview in detail. We usually just make our picks, right? We make our picks.
Well, no, we always preview the Thursday game, and then we move into the
Fine, Andrew, it's your podcast. You can do whatever the fuck you want. Fuck you. Fuck you. I don't want to talk about.
All right,
I don't want to talk about this game.
Atlanta played Miami. Well, the only thing I want to say about this game is that in the fourth quarter, Tua has the best passer rating according to PFF ever at the moment. Of anyone.
Who cares?
I know, isn't that insane? Oh, I care a little bit because Tua, they're talking about trading him for fucking Deshaun Watson, and if Tua's throwing 4 touchdowns every game, I don't know how you could possibly do that
because they're losing, and he's throwing terrible interceptions.
Yeah, okay, is he though?
Are you watching these games? I think he threw a terrible interception, a disgusting interception.
If my quarterback guaranteed me 4 touchdowns and 1 interception every game, I think I'd sign him to a $500 million deal.
Okay, but he's not throwing 4. First off, he's averaging 2 interceptions a game, and he's not throwing 4 touchdown passes a game.
No, but I'm just saying that in this game, the Atlanta defense isn't very good, but he threw 4 touchdowns.
They were in it. They were in it till the very end.
I mean, they were up too at the. I mean, Atlanta just kicked the field goal. I mean, it's really weird. Miami should have a good defense. Their defense should be good, but it's just not. That whole team is fucking suffering.
Cordell Patterson had a touchdown. Okay. Keeps.
Yeah, he's cooled off a bit comparatively, but I mean, he's still very viable, very relevant. Mike Davis is
drop it.
He's droppable. Honestly, he might. It's so weird. He's a starting running back in the NFL, and you're like, drop him. Okay, Cincinnati, Baltimore. You want to tell us what happened?
No. Next game.
Because I didn't. I didn't watch this game.
Oh, you didn't, Andrew? It doesn't sound like you watch a lot of NFL games.
I came into this game at halftime, and I was like, "What in the fuck is happening?"
Well, at halftime, it was a close game, so you shouldn't be asking.
It was close, and I didn't think it should be close at all. I thought the Ravens should smash them. Well, that's why I was like, I don't know what's happening.
Here's the thing. Obviously, I watched every second of this game. Cincinnati, surprisingly, has a really good defense. I didn't realize how good their defense was until this game.
It shouldn't be.
I mean, no, actually, they spent a lot of money. I forget the actual percent. They spent millions and millions. They spent
Millions of dollars.
No, like I'm talking like 100+ millions. I'm talking maybe $400 million. I saw that somewhere. Someone fact check me. I think the Bengals have spent an obscene amount of money on their defense. They've got good weapons on their defense. They sacked Lamar like 5 times. He didn't play great. He didn't play terrible. He just really couldn't do the spectacular plays that we really needed from him. He did have a really sweet touchdown to Hollywood Brown, and Hollywood Brown had a really fucking nice catch.
Hollywood.
And then everything became the Ja'Marr Chase show. And Ja'Marr Chase and Joe Burrow are like fucking blood brothers. They're like in sync. And
I did like
he torched Marlon
I like
Humphrey.
the press conference.
He torched Marlon Humphrey.
Marlon Humphrey even came out and said it. He's like, yeah, that dude beat me.
Torched him. And I think that was the first time that Marlon Humphrey has ever let a wide receiver get more than 100 yards this season.
There was a quote from the press conference afterward, and which was kind of funny. Joe Burrow got asked something about Ja'Marr Chase. He's like, I don't know. I thought he dropped everything. It was just like, and that's all he said, which is funny because in the preseason, he was having a bunch of drop issues, but he looks great. Most yards as a rookie through his first 7 games ever. He's on track.
He's on track to beat Randy Moss's rookie season record, which is insane.
Insane. I mean, he's quoted after getting drafted. He's like, I'm going to break every record the Bengals have, man. He's like, I'm going to break every single record. And everyone's like, everyone memed it. They're like, oh, yeah, you're going to get the sack record. But, I mean, he is going to do – I mean, he's great.
Props. Now, what I will say is I'm not panicking as a Ravens fan. I think that – I mean, we needed to get beat up. We do have a bye coming up. We need – honestly, we just need to stay healthy. We need to – I don't know. We need to figure out Ja'Marr Chase because we're going to be playing them again. We're going to be playing them again later this season. Obviously, they're in our division, so we play everyone twice. It'll be really interesting to see how we face up with them the second time around. I really fucking hope Marlon Humphrey locks down Ja'Marr Chase. That's it. I mean, that's going to be the number one weapon. Also, our tackling is a fucking atrocious. It's atrocious. Sure. It's atrocious. No, not sure, Andrew. It was fucking disgusting. Well, it was absolutely awful.
But it hasn't been amazing. Like
we were at the Chiefs game. We were at the Chiefs game, and they couldn't even tackle fucking Kelsey or Pringle or anyone, and then they would just go off on a touchdown. That pretty much happened to Uzma or whatever the tight end's name is. Uzama, and obviously it happened to Ja'Marr Chase, and Ja'Marr Chase scored a touchdown because of it.
Yeah, he like spun out of that one. He was like around 3 more defenders. He's like, I'm gone.
Disgusting.
All right. Detroit played the Rams. Detroit played hard again. They always play hard, but the Rams win it.
Every trick in the book, including two trick punts, 2 fake
two
punts.
Fake plays.
And didn't they start the game with an onside kick? Did I make that up?
I don't think they started the game. I think it was after halftime.
I can't remember, but they did an onside kick. I mean, Dan Campbell pulled out all the stops on this game.
Yep.
Obviously,
that's knee biting mentality.
Just couldn't beat the Rams.
But we talked about this before. The Lions play everybody hard. They're going to play everyone hard the whole season. The Rams look good. I mean, they've got an offense that can fucking move, dude. Matthew Stafford looks good.
I'm going to look because it's so funny to me. Dan Campbell was obviously on the Lions when they went winless for an entire season as a player. He was on the team. And now people are saying that they could be the first team to go winless with 17 games. Now I'm looking at
17 games.
I'm looking at their schedule. There's no way that they're going to go 0-17 because they have been in such close games. The Ravens being one of them. They almost beat the Ravens, and Justin Tucker had to kick literally the longest field goal in NFL history to beat them. They kind of stayed with the well, not really with the Packers. They stayed with the 49ers in week 1. They almost beat the Ravens. They stayed with the Vikings a couple weeks ago. Lost to the Bengals pretty bad. And then obviously the Rams, they were kind of in this game. They have the Eagles this week. They're going to probably lose to the Steelers, to the Browns, to the Bears again. They might be able to beat the Vikings.
They could beat the Bears, dude.
Yeah, the Bears are. I mean, we'll get to them with the Bucs game, but
it's also divisional.
I don't think they're going to go. I bet they win 2 games this season. Over under 2 games, Andrew.
That's a hard line.
You got to pick one.
Over 2 games.
All right. It's Squid Game. It's Squid Game rules, though. You die if they win over 2.
Well, while we're talking about the Rams, I want to read you 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to read you the top 5 touchdown passing leaders.
Why?
We have Kyler.
Why are you 5. Doing this? Why are you doing this?
Because it's about Matthew Stafford.
Next game.
So 5. At 5, we got Kyler Murray, 17 touchdowns and 5 interceptions. So that's a pretty good ratio too. Joe Burrow is next at 17 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. Worst ratio, but still 17 touchdowns, pretty good. You got Patrick Mahomes, 18 touchdowns, but he's got 9 picks. Matthew Stafford has 19 touchdowns and 4 interceptions. And then leading the league is Tom Brady with 21 touchdowns and only 3 interceptions.
Yeah, Tom Brady's a fucking freak.
Animal.
Matthew Stafford, I don't care. He's not that good. He's not that good. And you know what? Jared Goff could probably be having those same numbers if he was still with the Rams. But he's with the shitty, smelly.
It's funny that you say that because apparently a whole organization and a head coach and a fan base don't agree with that sentiment because they shipped him to Siberia. So,
okay, next game.
Philly played the Raiders. It was kind of close for a while, and then the Raiders you blinked and it was over. The Raiders ended up stopping them once on 3 and out, and then they scored, and then they went in for halftime. They came out, they got the ball, they scored again, and then I think Hurts threw a pick, and then the Raiders scored again. It was just insane.
I think the Lions could beat the Eagles this week. I think they could.
Yeah, the Eagles are bad.
The Eagles are bad.
Agreed. Bad. Houston played Arizona. Houston started the game off great. They got a safety.
We both picked the Texans last week.
Yeah, I mean 17.5 is fucking nuts.
Not enough.
Not enough. Let's see here. Chicago. Okay,
just 1 second.
Oh yeah.
Kyler looks good. The Cardinals look good. The Cardinals defense looks good. They're the only team still undefeated. They play the Packers this week.
Yes, sir.
So, I mean, we'll get to them in our preview segment. I want them to lose so fucking bad to the Packers.
Really?
I want them to lose.
Why is that? Just because you don't like them, or because you're like you just want to the more level playing field? I guess the better chance for wild cards.
I don't think I like Kingsbury.
I mean, like
you like him.
I didn't, but the reason
you don't like him, I'm fucking with you.
When he came into
don't like him. Don't pretend.
When he came into the league, I was like, oh, high flying, like a through the sky offense, like an air raid offense, that could be kind of cool. And then he did it the first year. I'm like, okay, like they're learning it, whatever. They did it the second year. I'm like, this is not working. This is not college. It's not working. Then they did it the third year, and Kyler, is like, yeah, I'm gonna be really, really fucking good. And everyone's like, okay, that's fine. I guess we'll let you do it. So, Chicago, they played Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay just destroyed them. This is one of Tom's worst games. I mean, he threw 4 touchdowns, but I think he had like 12 or 13 incompletions.
Yeah, and Justin Fields does not look good, but I'm not blaming him because of that. I'm not blaming him because of that. I'm blaming
that's a Matt Nagy.
I'm blaming Nagy, and I'm blaming the organization because they don't know how to run one. They don't. They don't know how to run the organization. How does Matt Nagy still have a job?
Sell it. He does. He works at McDonald's. I've seen the ads. Also, can we talk about Mike Evans giving away Tom Brady's 600 passing touchdown football?
Yeah, so let's talk about that. Obviously, that was sweeping the internet. First off, everyone was like giving the Bucs shit because the fan gave away the ball, which any fan would do that.
Yeah, I would want Tom to have it.
Of course, I'd want him to have it, and then I'd be like, "But you guys are gonna, you're gonna
right. You're gonna give me something.
You're gonna cushion my pockets because of it, right?
I will give it to you, but you have to make a mold of my hands and put that in Canton and have that handing it to the bust of Tom Brady when the ball goes in there.
So one, Mike Evans should not have given it away, but he did. The fans should not have been put in that position, but he was. And any good fan in the NFL, even if you're not a Bucs fan, would give the ball to Tom because that's history and it belongs with Brady. Yeah. It belongs with Brady. And then you're like, okay, but now it's your turn to kind of, slide something across the table. And then the Bucs said, here's $1,000 to our gift store.
Well, okay, but they've updated this recently. Do you know what he got for all this now?
But it's only because social media was like, are you fucking serious? That's a $500,000 ball.
Well, even during the broadcast, because it was Tony Romo and Jim as the announcers. And when the guy gave the ball back, Jim was just like, that's a terrible deal. Like he was not like fucking around. He's like, that is a terrible deal.
Wait, how did you Jim Nantz even know right then and there what the deal was?
Well, I'm assuming that somebody phoned it up that they gave it. I mean, there was nothing to talk about for this game. It was like 33-3. Like this game was a wash. But it was just, it was super funny to hear them talk about it. And from what I understand now, Tom Brady's giving the dude a Bitcoin. The dude is also getting like season passes the rest of the year and next year. He's getting equipment. Yeah, he's getting a signed jersey. Like a signed Evans jersey, a signed Brady jersey, Evans game cleats, helmet. Which I'm sure Brady was like, "You're giving him your fucking game cleats. You give
him your gloves.
I don't care
give
what
him your gloves too.
Yeah, take off your pants.
Give him your cup.
He's taking you to dinner.
Your cup. If things go well, we'll see. We'll see what happens. If things go well, we'll see what happens.
But that's insane. I mean, good for Tom though. I mean, like he's still breaking records. Let's say that Tom doesn't win a Super Bowl this year or next year. His contract is up, but he's like, I still want to play football. Okay. I have to wonder if I would want. I mean, he would be 46, 47. Like that. I mean,
who cares? Age is just not to sound.
I know.
Corny as fuck. But age is really just a number when you have science and on your side. Like he literally has the best
I'm not
fitness
saying
people.
That...
He does the best health data available to the human population. Who fucking cares the number?
I'm not saying that he would play bad.
I'm trying to live forever.
You do have to look at it. I know you are. You do have to look at it and go, okay, 47. He's got probably realistically. I don't care how healthy he is. Just historically. He's probably got a year left at max. I know, but I'm just any sane person would go. He's probably.
I'm not saying that. There's your problem right
there. Is it worth uprooting our org for a year to maybe 2 years just for the shot? Because you'd have to restructure things.
Yes, if he still has it, if he's still completing passes like he has been, if he's still viable and he can still be competitive in the NFL, then yes. If you're a team that needs a quarterback, and there's plenty of them, you got to get him.
Okay, so Indianapolis played San Francisco. This game was sloppy as hell.
This was the Sunday night
rainy.
Game.
It was windy. This was the Sunday night game. Colts win it. Colts are looking pretty all right. I mean, they started the season rocky, but I also forget that they start Carson Wentz had double ankle sprains, and he was coming off a foot surgery in the preseason. And I don't know why, but I was like, that's not an excuse. I don't know what my brain was doing. But, I mean, he's looked way better these last 3 weeks. He looks a little bit more mobile. Yeah. He is not turning the ball over. And Jonathan Taylor's a stud.
They looked good against the Ravens before Lamar did his beautiful fourth quarter.
Before Lamar looked
perfect. The Colts, I mean, if you're the 49ers, I don't know what you do with Jimmy G, dude. I don't.
What are the 49ers doing? Are they rebuilding or are they locked and loaded for a run? I don't know what the fuck
what's going on with the 49ers.
I think Kyle Shanahan's one of the worst coaches.
Do it, Andrew. Put him on blast.
I think he's a great offensive blast. I think he's a great offensive coordinator. I think that dude can suck a dick. He is rude to his players in press conferences. He says the weirdest shit. He hypes guys up and then doesn't play them in games like the way that they're. And that's annoying from a fantasy perspective, but they don't care about fantasy. I know they don't give a shit about that. They're there to win games. But I don't understand how he can say Brandon Ayuk is our dude, and then you get him in the doghouse before week 1 even starts, and he hasn't been relevant in football.
Where's he been?
Brandon
Where's
Ayuk,
he been?
Look, he looked nowhere. He looked nuts in the last year, and now he looks like shit. They're running Deebo Samuel.
Looks good. Deebo Samuel looks good.
They traded up for Trey Sermon. They're not playing him. They're playing Elijah Mitchell. They traded up for Brandon Ayuk last year. They're not using him. They're using Deebo Samuel. They traded up for their fucking quarterback in Trey Lance. Jimmy Garoppolo is starting, and I know
he looks great.
I don't know how
he looks great though. Best looking quarterback in the NFL.
Phenomenal.
No. I'm not saying he looked great on the field. He looks great in his underwear. He looks great in his underwear.
He dated a porn star.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, he went on a date with a porn star.
XNXX.com.
It was on I remember watching that on what's it called? Pardon my take. Not Pardon My Take. On Stephen A's First Take. There it was. There's a whole thing about it.
Interesting. He could do way better than a porn star, but maybe that's his thing. Maybe that's his thing. Best looking quarterback in the NFL.
$1 million man.
By far. Sorry, Tom.
Big Ben though.
That cherry nose. That big cherry nose of Big Ben.
And I thought it couldn't get worse. Indianapolis versus San Francisco. That was kind of a long fucking
Monday night game was the worst game of my fucking
Monday night,
life.
It was. I could not stand.
I don't think I can watch.
I love football. I did not. I don't think I can
watch the Seahawks anymore. I don't think I can watch Pete Carroll just throw away quarterbacks like he's been doing. The first drive of the game for the Seahawks, they get a 85-yard touchdown with DK Metcalf, which is great because I'm a DK Metcalf holder.
They blew their load too early.
He didn't get another target from that. Okay, so he gets the 85-yard touchdown. DK Metcalf didn't get another target until the fourth quarter. He went the rest of the first quarter, the entire second quarter, and the third quarter without a target. And it's not like they went to Tyler Lockett either. He didn't get any targets either. What is going on? They're just running the ball with Alex Collins right into the line.
Right. And here's the funniest part of the whole thing. You have an offense, and this is why I hate Pete Carroll. I hope he chokes on his gum. So there is last year you've got an offensive coordinator who's letting Russ cook. Right. That was the whole thing. Everyone's like, let Russ cook. And they did that. And then Russ started to make some mistakes. Russ started doing what Patrick Mahomes is doing this season, trying to force things when he is good and the team around him is good, but he's trying to do too much. And it's causing issues when you could really just take the check down for 3-4 yards, try to make it easier for your next drive. And they were like, Pete Carroll's like, nope, I want to be able to control this game. So we're going to fire that offensive coordinator, hire a new one, and we're going to go back to the run heavy. And everyone's like, yeah, I guess that has worked for you in the past. I don't love it because of your offense, like DK and Lockett and Russ, like you should be throwing the ball. But they're like, you know what, Pete Carroll, you've been doing this a long time. Then Chris Carson's like, oh, my neck hurts. Ooh, IR. So they're like, now they don't have a running back. Rashad Penny is useless.
It doesn't matter who their running
and now
back
they don't,
is.
And now they don't have Russ. So now they're like,
plays are awful.
So now they're like, we got to run through the running game like we had kept planning. And they're like, that's not going to work. And they're like, why not? We have Alex Collins, sir. And he's like, well,
do it anyway.
Yeah, no, 100%. That's what. And now I'm not saying that they need to have Geno. They don't need Geno Smith out there trying to sling it.
But why not? That's what they did.
Design
something. They did the first drive and it worked. Like keep targeting. Like DK Metcalf again didn't get.
DK should be getting like 12 targets.
Exactly. Even for like pass interference purposes, like you're not even throwing it.
Yeah.
You're not throwing it to him. Imagine having like Mike Evans, who is the number one receiver to draw off defensive PIs in the league. The dude gets like 3 to 4 defensive pass interference calls on him because he's just so goddamn big.
He's massive.
And then you just don't target him. So then you're not even getting any of those benefits. It makes no sense. And then you just run Alex Collins.
Yeah.
First down, second down, even third down.
I'm out on the Seahawks, and I think that Russ can do better.
Yeah. Take him anywhere, not to Cleveland.
Go find
not Cleveland.
Go find your forever team,
Cleveland.
Russ.
Not in Cleveland.
Not in Cleveland. All right. We're going to you want to preview the Thursday night game really quick?
Yes.
The upcoming
What is the spread for the Cardinals and the Packers?
6.5 in favor of the Cardinals.
I am taking the Packers to cover, and I'm taking the Packers to win. But that's not part of the pick'em. Wait. That's not part of the pick'em. That's not part of the pick'em.
No.
That's not part of
No, that's fine.
That's part of the pick'em. They just have to cover 6.5. Now, am I allowed to talk about the COVID situation now? Am I allowed to speak?
Yeah, go for it.
Are you sure?
Yes. Absolutely. Please.
Okay, so we all know Devontae Adams has COVID. I picked up Lazard, okay?
Yep. I in my article this week, I actually told everyone, go pick up Alan Lazard. And I posted it. I posted it to Reddit. 30 seconds go by, and I get the notification. I had to go in and edit the article.
Well, I had picked up Lazard on waivers.
The Lizard
King. He shall be known as the Lizard King from now on. I picked up Lizard King. Then it turns out he's going to be out because he has COVID. So then I got Randall Cobb on waivers because he was still available. Because who the fuck else is Aaron Rodgers going to throw to?
Yeah, Robert Tonyan is like the only thing that.
But he's the tight end, so
I can fathom.
Yeah, and,
exactly.
Valdez Scantling. I can't pronounce his whole.
Yeah, Marquez Valdez.
Good job, Andrew. You did what I can't.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's all the time.
Andrew, look what I'm doing. Look what I'm doing.
I can't. Your video's off.
Is it?
Man. Yeah, it says poor video quality.
It's not poor video quality, but I'm giving you the fingers. Fuck.
That's not what I hear.
I'm giving you the fingers. I'm giving you the fingers, bro.
Of course you
If you're watching this on YouTube, you can see me give him the fingers.
It's true, and I can't do a thing about it because
one of my middle fingers looks really fucking weird. Not this one. This one looks normal. This one looks fucking stubby.
Oh, there we go. Now I can see
stubby. I don't like that.
Here's the deal.
I'm just gonna give you one bird from now on. The good one, the good middle finger.
Are we good to move into our picks?
Yeah, I just did. I picked the Packers. Wait.
Okay, so you're picking the Packers.
Hold on. Who's winning going into this week?
Oh, the Cardinals.
No, Andrew.
Cardinals.
I mean between me and you, because the winner should be the one picking first.
We're tied 50-50. Again.
Oh my god, that means you gained some.
Which is funny because you had like a 3-game lead on me. I had a really good week last week.
3 games is nothing for an entire week of football. Anyway, congratulations
tied
for
50-50.
Gaining ground,
for catching up. So who do you have winning then? 6.5 points to Arizona.
I said the Packers, and I have the Packers winning outright, but that doesn't count as part of the pick'em game. So even if the Packers
it
lose, but come within the 6.5, I still win the pick.
Yep. Okay. Sure. Okay. Next up, Cincinnati. They are 10.5 point favorites against the Jets. So I'll go first this time.
Oh, you're right. We alternate.
How about that? And this one kind of sucks. 10.5 points is a lot, but I'm going Cincinnati.
I will be going the Bengals as well, especially if they played like they did against the Ravens last week.
Was Zach Wilson hurt his knee?
He won't be playing. So
who's 2 to 4 weeks.
Exactly.
Here is a crazy one. Tennessee, Indianapolis. The Colts are favored by 1.5.
How is that fucking possible?
I don't know. The Colts have been playing good football, and it's divisional. But the Tennessee Titans beat the Colts earlier in the season, and they just beat
silly.
the Chiefs.
That's plain stupid.
Well, if it's so stupid, then you go in Tennessee.
I am, without a doubt.
I'm going to take the Colts.
It's not like both defenses suck, so it's like whose offense do you trust more?
Yeah. Right.
The
exactly.
Titans.
And I mean, I don't know, man. Okay.
You just lost
Miami,
a game. You just lost one game.
Miami plays Buffalo. Buffalo are 13.5 point favorites. I'm going to take Miami to cover 13.5.
I'm going to take the Bills fresh off the bye.
Yeah, that's probably smart.
Of course.
Okay. Rams, 14 point favorites against Houston.
Give me the Rams. Give me the Rams. I don't trust Houston anymore.
I'm also going to take the Rams. I can't take.
That was actually
Houston.
your turn to go first. You have to go first now.
No, it wasn't. I went first for Miami.
Oh wait, yeah.
Pay attention to me. Philadelphia, they play the Lions, and this is I wonder what the fucking spread is here. The Lions. Oh, the Eagles are 3.5 points.
Give me Dan Campbell's first win of the season. But also, Andrew, I'm just going to have them cover at plus 3.5. Even if they don't win, but still cover, I still get the pick 'em.
That's fine. Yeah, that's fine. I'm gonna take the Lions as well. We're both taking the Lions. 49ers. They play the Bears, and the spread is 4 points to San Francisco.
Jeez, man, this is going to be an ugly game. I'm going to take.
I'm going to take the 49ers.
I'm also going to take the 49ers.
Okay. Yeah, that is ugly. The Steelers play the Browns. There we go. Pitt Cleveland. And the Steelers are not favored, actually. The Cleveland's favored by 3.5. I mean, I guess that's not that surprising.
I'll take the Steelers, who are also fresh off a bye.
I'll take the Browns.
I don't want to take either team. I hate both of them, but
I know you don't. But
I guess give me the Steelers.
The name of the game. And what was that? 3.5. Okay, next up. Carolina plays Atlanta. Atlanta are 3-point favorites.
Carolina is favored.
Yep. No, Atlanta are 3-point
that makes
favorites.
More sense. You're up.
Am I? I'm going to take Atlanta.
I'm also taking Atlanta.
Carolina blows, and I know it. And honestly,
and you're not rooting for them anymore. Remember? Well, you're rooting for them to lose.
Straight downhill. Yeah, exactly. Better draft pick. Unless Christian McCaffrey comes back and makes us, and then we win like 12 straight, But that won't happen. New England. New England. They play the Chargers. Chargers are 5-point favorites.
Give me the Chargers.
Same here.
That's not a confident pick, but I think it's the right one.
I'm pretty confident in that. The Chargers are coming off a bye.
Oh, that's true.
And we got Jacksonville. They're playing. No. They're playing Seattle. Fucking kill me. Give me Seattle. I don't care what it is. -3.5.
Did the Jags just come off a bye?
They did.
Give me the Jags.
All right.
I'm taking all teams coming off the bye this week.
I wondered about that. I was curious about what their record was against the spread, like coming off buys. And somebody told me it's probably not statistically relevant.
I wonder who said that.
Some dude on Reddit. Yeah, some random dude. Okay, Tampa Bay play the Saints. Tampa, they're only 6-point favorites. I'm taking Tampa.
I'm also taking Tampa. Isn't Gronk going to be back?
Yeah, did you hear Antonio Brown is in a boot, though?
Ooh, that's not good.
He's walking around on a crutch. Yikes. Yeah, they don't know what the fuck
no timetable for him. Time frame.
No, nope. They said it could be weeks. Damn, dude. Could be. They didn't even say what the injury was, which is dumb as fuck. I have a right to know.
Especially with Antonio, it could be literally anything.
Yeah. Who knows?
Cryogenic chamber.
Denver 3-point favorites against Washington.
Give me the Redskins.
That's not their name, but all right. I will also take them. Next up, Dallas. They play the Vikings. The Dallas Cowboys are 2.5-point favorites. I'm taking the Cowboys.
I'm also taking the Cowboys because
I'm a liar. I might take. Fucking kill me. Here's the thing. Here's an interesting thing. The Vikings, I've been like they're bad all year, but they barely lost to the Cardinals. They barely lost to the Bengals.
I don't care. The Cowboys are coming off a bye, and that's my whole strategy this week.
Okay, all right. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with it.
Wait, you sticking with what? You're taking the Cowboys?
I'm taking the Cowboys. I said I'd take the Cowboys, and I thought about switching it up, but are the Vikings good? I don't fucking know. And that's and then the Monday night game.
Giants Chiefs, baby.
This
Chiefs. Is a weird one. This is going to be a weird one. This is either the Chiefs comeback game or this is their funeral.
Could be, but they're 9.5-point favorites.
I'm taking the Giants.
Really? Okay.
It was your turn. Fuck. Whatever.
Yeah, I know. You keep doing that, but it all works out because I'm going to take the Chiefs.
Okay.
Just because, you know what? Patrick Mahomes, they have to figure it out sometime or they die.
I think they're going to die.
Those are the rules.
I think they're going to die.
They're contractually obligated.
I think, Andrew, they're going to die.
Let me see here. Okay, so those are all in. We'll have the graphic up and all that shit. Those are the games. That's our show.
And what we'll do next episode, since we both would have seen Dune at that time, is we'll review Dune.
Oh, that's good. I'm all for that. I'll make a nice little Dune thumbnail.
I like that.
with a bunch of spoilers on it. So everyone will want to click our video.
The biggest spoiler I heard about Dune is that it ends.
Oh, wait, I heard this. Grapefruit?
Fuck you.
Every time I come around your city, bling bling. Every time I come around your city, bling.